tag me in. Go ahead.
Dear Lord, Father God, we bow our heads and come to you. We want to thank you for bringing us together one more time. It is you who bestows us with the ambition, the creativity, the ingenuity to be here at this podcast and do what we do. We come to you in the most humble way, Lord God. We ask that you keep us safe in these Baltimore streets, Lord God. Thank you for getting us through another week of hell, also known as work. I can't stand that place, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Bless everyone's family and friends. Shower us with your amazingness, Lord God. Post up with the gang. Of course, wealth and health. Whether you're busy doing nothing or busy doing something, I hope you can find the time to turn into busy doing nothing. Amen.
Cups up. Church, yo, you leveled up, yo.
Nah,
that was a new level of anointment just now, yo. Like,
I'm Joel Osteen status. Jamal Bryant, yo.
Chill, yo. You'll be more welcoming, yo.
Our drink of the day is this fucking gallon size.
That's what I drink every week.
Good luck.
This is good. I never had the pineapple
Drink. I never did either, actually.
always
I'm still finishing off last week. Let me get this out of the camera shot. Drink of the day is this bad boy.
That shit's heavy as hell.
Yo,
I'm telling you,
that was last week for the fight party.
The fuck? We was down here trying to figure out what the fuck
so
liquor
dead.
was.
Nobody said anything to me.
This nigga came downstairs with a dirty ass Corona, and I'm like,
She was so mad. I was like,
I'm
Corona's
like, this
good,
shit is
yo.
nasty. I'm like, this shit is awful.
I thought they had
I
finished
couldn't
it, though.
even
That's
finish
all,
that shit. I'm
yo.
like, this all. He was like, yeah, this is all I saw upstairs. I'm
Now
like,
one of the
what?
bottles.
I kept telling her,
for the fight party
Where's
crap.
my $5 go to then?
I was like, yeah, they
Shit.
finished the liquor.
Now one
He
of the.
did. He came, and I'm like, did you?
Wait,
ask
why would
him?
you not think to check the bar, yo? Like
What bar?
that bar.
Nigga, I don't know. I'm not about to just walk over to your fucking shit and just help myself.
You
can't even see nothing in it.
Sure. Oh yeah, you're right.
It's always like about black etiquette, and that's black people feel like they just come in your house and take whatever.
You're
I'm not
right. You're
the type
right.
of person.
You're right. Because I would have felt some
Listen.
type of way. I don't
Yeah,
even.
I know.
I think we
You
talked
talk
about
about my
that.
ass
I'd
later.
be like, yo, what are you doing, yo? Put
We
that
talked about
down.
black
Like,
Exactly, in front of all these people downstairs, you embarrassed my ass in front of
but you
everybody.
still could have. You could have asked me, yo. You text me for a charge. You could have been like, yo, what are drinks?
I did, and then
When?
he came back with a fucking beer.
You didn't ask me nothing.
I did. I said Christian wants to know where the drinks are at. You were like,
You said, where's the
You were
ketchup?
like, no,
Yeah,
and
that's what I
I said
remember.
drinks, and you were like, they're all upstairs in the cooler, and you were like, I'll get the charger and I'll get the ketchup. I was like, okay.
I don't remember that, yo.
Sounds like
See?
a personal matter. You gotta follow.
Starting off arguing, yo.
No, I'm not
This
arguing.
is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast where you're right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Freeminds. To my left, I have
Taylor, aka Doc. To my left, I have.
Heavy, J Heavy.
One and only pastor the master Christian.
also known in Heavy's new name is Hot Topic Heavy, yo.
Yeah.
Coming to a Twitter handle near you very soon, yo.
And I might could start that on Twitter for real. Everyone
Topic Heavy.
see this, retweet these, and I'm gonna just start doing like podcast things
Question
on
of the
there.
day.
Yes,
Question of the
yes,
days,
questions of the
drink
day.
days, and I'm gonna ask shit on Twitter, and you can fucking respond, and we might shout you out on here or something. Some shit gonna be coming soon, y'all.
Something.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
But before we even, get into the whole thing, I know last week we didn't even mention the whole hurricane that happened down in Texas.
Oh my God.
We were so wrapped up in the fight, we ain't even say nothing about, the real
I just wanna
fight.
say shout out to fucking Patrice Lilly. I'm glad that she's safe. She on her way home. Her plane about to land soon, and I just thank God that he fucking brought her through. Her apartment, everything was flooded, but she's still in good spirit. She, happy she about to be here and touch down in fucking
That's
DC
sick,
and
yo.
shit. So
Hey, I'm glad she's
sending my
safe, too.
prayers and everything, that she gets everything she needs back together and fucking back home. And we sending prayers out to everybody else who was caught in that, because it was awful.
Except
terrible.
Osteen.
Yeah. Speak on it.
Yo, for those that don't know, what's his first name? Joel? Ain't it Joel?
Yeah, Joel.
Joel Osteen, how you pronounce his name? He has a
pastor.
super mega church, and in the midst of all of the Texas flooding, he was reluctant to let people, take shelter and avoid the catastrophe in his mega church. He came up with a list of reasons as to why he didn't want it, but obviously it didn't matter because people could still go in there. They was able to take shelter, which they should have been able to do without having to go through all of that, extra BS. But yeah.
Protecting it like that was his home.
Right, well, he probably do got a suite in
he-
there somewhere in the mega church. They probably got somewhere where they
He
sleeping
lived
in.
there.
So that's not, is it God's house? Isn't that what the
Supposed
church
to
supposed to
be.
be called?
I guess he think he
Isn't that
got
the point? In general, I feel like, if you're going through hard times or something and you don't have it, I feel like you should be able to go to church and like if you need it. I mean, obviously you can't like fucking move the fuck in or anything like that, but I feel like whatever you're going through hard times, like that should be a place of like where you should be able to go and
it's like a safe
take a minute. Take a moment to refugee and fucking just take a moment to reflect and be in God's love and His Spirit. And you know, it's just weird that like money consumes people and our Christ, our Lord, and our Savior is not even held to the most high like how it's supposed to be. It's more about money. And how much money can we get? How much people can we get to come to the church to put it on TV?
Right.
And make more money. So is it about faith in God or is it about money?
I mean, I think
he
proved it right then and
there.
there. That was a test for him, and I think he failed miserably.
And my thing is, especially if they are members of the church, like if they going to the church, paying tithes, and then he told them, "Nah, y'all can't."
Got all of this set.
Nah, yo, like this is my space on this floor right here. Like, cause I paid my tithes, so this is my space. I'm grabbing my stuff. I'm laying right here, and unless you got the power of God in you, I'm not moving. So it's like,
that's what I'm saying. Even if it wasn't a flood, like even if it was just on a normal day, I feel like you should be able to go there.
Right.
And you know, just and even if you just want to go and pray, I feel like churches aren't even. You know what I'm saying? Like they're only
most time they usually not even open until
only on Sundays. Like that's weird to me. Like can that not be a place where you could come and unload your stresses, unload your day off, and you know anything like problems you're having like at any point in time in the day? I feel like you should be able to use a safe haven as far as a church and go and do that.
And it's crazy because like in the movies they depict churches as if they're like 20 because you'll see people go make confessions at churches in the middle of the night and nobody's sitting in there. But that, now that I think about it, that doesn't happen in real life. That's not even a possibility in real life. Unless unless those are like Catholic churches and we're talking about maybe certain faiths leave their
right
churches unlocked.
That you go to, like, they'll
I mean,
let you come in there.
If most of them were open like that, then I'm pretty sure at some point they would turn to like a shelter
liquor
almost.
Stores open 24 hours, but you can't have a
liquor store you know is open 24 hours.
24 hours.
Like, give them the address.
I was about to say.
That wasn't like a literal like.
Shout out to them. We about to start looking for business connections.
Like you got like liquor stores be open until 2 o'clock in the morning. Like what the fuck, bars, clubs, 2 o'clock in the morning, food spots, 2 o'clock in the morning. But you can't go to the church. What the hell? You can't go to the church. It's only turn up shit can be happening at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
can you imagine being chased? Like, I don't know what made me think that. Like, say if you was leaving a club, somebody was chasing you or not, and you wanted to go to church for safe, like as a safe zone.
I would think nobody would probably be there though. Like, so how much safety you really
that's the problem with church though. Like
you think somebody should be in a church all day?
Follow you into the church and still kill you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, people are ruthless. Like niggas don't give a fuck about no damn church. If they hunting you down for something you done, like or whatever, like they gonna follow you into the church.
We already tried to cease fire. They didn't do nothing.
Right. Ain't nobody gonna step in the doorway with like the Holy Spirit, like you shall not pass.
So it's like, and you had people going in the church, shooting churches, people in church.
Right.
So yeah, church ain't the same no more.
I don't think. My opinion is I don't think churches have changed. I think it's just I think church has always been that way, and it's just easier to find these things out now. Like me personally, I'll say I have a I can't even think of the word right now. Yeah. Spiritual.
So you're not drinking
spiritual connection, but I don't believe in the institutions of churches because it's just like I don't believe. First of all, they're reading from the same book that I can go get a copy of and read myself. All they're doing is reading a book for me. And not only are they reading the book for me, they're reading their interpretations of the book for me. So they can read the same scripture that I can read and take it a whole different way than I would if I read it. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't think that they do me any service personally. Like, I don't knock people that are, into religion, but I just could never wrap my head around it.
Actually, it's this generation. You're not the only one that think that way. Like it's just a wave of generation that just do not want to go to church because of that. Because they know that they can read the book on their own. Mm-hmm. And plus they following an old teaching method.
How old is the Bible?
Like you're following an old teaching method.
When it was revised.
Of being lectured. Like people don't even learn that way no more. Like we so interactive, like we need the phone. We start scrolling Facebook in the middle of church. That's like true. You can't even we can't even focus no more. Like you have to be more interactive doing stuff. with church, and no one's trying to update how they teach.
My thing with church is I don't see so much of people that go to church because they want to. Most people I know that go to church are either because they're used to it, because since they were a kid, their parents forced them to go to church every Sunday, so that was just their routine. But I hardly come across people that's just like, yo, I decided to go to church one day and that just changed my life. Like, I don't see much of that, because it's just like, because you got to think about, like, when my mother tried to force me to go to church when I was younger, and eventually I just wound up escaping it. But it was just like, it was always like, you're going to go or else. Because it's just like, you know, like, it wasn't even on some, like, you're going to go or, you know, God's going to punish you. It's just like, I'm going to punish you if you don't go. So it's just like, it was more of a human nature of a forcing versus, like, actually feeling like
I never felt the connection with the church, to be honest, man. I've been to a couple good churches, but I never, I had good pastors and everything. You know, I guess the songs were fun to sing and stuff, but I never had a connection with the church. So maybe I missed out on that experience. The only time in my life I ever went to a church consistently, it was for really bad reasons, because it was this girl that I liked and I got to see her every Sunday.
Hey,
that's a pretty poor reason, but you know what? I got up, I drove to church on Sundays, and I got to see her. No, that's stupid though. That's stupid. Like, yeah, like.
You haven't found a connection, because that's not what you're supposed to go to church for. Like,
I don't know. I was looking for something.
I feel like that's just our generation, like, and how, like you said, it's our generation, and it's like church is not as important to everybody as like it used to be back in the day. And I feel like it's something that's very important. It's like, if that's what you want to follow, if that's not what you want to follow, whatever. But like, if that's what you want to follow and that's the mold that you want to make, like, I think that as a society and as a generation, we need to get back to, like, you know, and things used to, like, a whole bunch of stuff didn't even used to be open on Sundays, like how it's open now. And, like, you know, now, again, to make money,
the NFL took Sundays
we reopen things on Sunday. You know, things are open on Sundays. You know, liquor stores now are open on Sundays, all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, people aren't going to go to church if they know, you know, shit that is open. There's other options, other things
people
to do.
To
and
it's
brunch on Sundays.
Yeah, and it's like, and I feel like that's like a family thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go to church, you have Sunday dinner, you do all types of, you know, good family things on a Sunday. And I feel like now, like, people just turn up on a Sunday, like how they would turn up on a fucking Friday, Saturday, whatever. So I just feel like it's not held to the standard that it used to be held to. And we need to, as a generation, I feel like, get back to, you know, family and teaching your kids that, like, again, you shouldn't force your kids to go, but if you teach them the ways of the Bible and what you want them to know, and, you know, make church maybe fun or do things, you know, Bible study and things like that, and
you need to revive it.
So you're like a proponent, like you support the idea.
I don't go to church, but I only don't go to church because I feel like I'm not a hypocrite. So it's like I'm not right within myself. I'm not, you know, there yet, and I feel like.
But why you don't feel like that'll be maybe the beginning steps you would need to take to?
Because I know that I will go to church and then get out of church and go smoke a blunt, or get out of church and go somewhere and take a shot and, you know, go fornicate or go, you know, whatever. And I feel like until my life is where it needs to be, and again, that could be right. That's what I'm saying.
I used to go to church every Sunday. Like, I went to church all the time. And, like, I got a family church, and I had a church and everything.
Yeah, my family has a family
By the time
too.
I hit, like, college, that's when I stopped going to church. Like, I didn't go anymore. By the time I turned 18, it was just, like, no more church. Yeah. It was, like, sporadically. Like, I just randomly went.
Yeah, I was never forced, but my family is big. Like, they're real big into church. I just was never forced. I just didn't go because, like I said, other things I would rather be doing than do that. That too. That's what I'm saying. Sleep in, and my church is not even early. It starts till like 10 o'clock. But I still like, dang, you know, I don't want to get up to be there at 10 o'clock. And especially like, if you do something the night before, you know, you tired. You like, I'm not trying to get up and go to fucking church.
You still hungover.
But exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think church is good for people who feel as though they need a spiritual uplifting. But I don't think going to church makes you any better than the person that doesn't go. Because I know a lot of people that do go to church faithfully, they look at those who don't go to church like, oh, you're a heathen, or, you know, you don't, you know.
Pastors out here who are out here molesting fucking kids and shit.
Right,
like,
the worst.
What the fuck is that?
So it's like, I think.
You don't have the Spirit of God in you. You out here doing something like that.
Because even myself personally, like, if I feel myself getting down about something, I can uplift my own spirit. Like, I feel like church is for people who need some type of uplifting, who might be going through something, and they just need to hear reassuring, uplifting words followed by some music, because the music is always. Yeah, I mean, I can't even lie. I mean, if it's a good church, the music be on point. Like even if you don't like church, I don't even go to church like that. But when I hear the music, I'm just like, okay. But
Kirk Franklin.
I just, I mean, I personally feel like I don't have a need for it, because it's just like I'm well centered and well grounded within myself, like, whereas like I feel like my spiritual core is not that easily compromised to the point where I need somebody to tell me God is doing this for me, because I already know. So it's just like, what can you tell me that I don't already know?
It's just church is meant for fellowship.
I was about to say
the community, but most of the time they be in there talking about each other. Like people in church is so.
But a good church, is for camaraderie and the fellowship.
You gotta stay away from them churches
and do activities
I feel like
with
they all
your
like
church.
that.
And
not all of them, man.
I ain't never seen a church that didn't have that one person that's always talking about everybody else.
There's a lot of drama in church.
That's one person though. Like
Hey,
you don't
they
gotta
stir the
be
pot.
friendly with
It don't take one spoon to stir the pot.
And I think, I don't know if this really happened like as much back in the day, but I feel like churches should be more for like, when you come and you fellowship, and I feel like it should be more of like taking trips to like help people and help places that like don't have like this whole Houston thing. Like, you go to church and y'all are figuring out ways to like take buses or take trips to go there and support and help rebuild the community and, do things within your own community, within your own church. And I feel like things like that is what church is supposed to be for. And it's not used for that any longer. It's used to be like, oh, I'm in church. Like, God, I love God because I'm coming to church. And
there's still some churches out there that do that.
Yeah, I think it's still
but they're not. They're more of the minority now.
Right. And no one pays them any mind. They're not getting any money. Those are the churches.
That's broke because they're not worried about racking up money to do that. They're spending all their money to help the people that need it versus the community, the churches that don't do nothing but accept money every Sunday, and that's it. So it's just like, I feel like the really good churches are probably on the borderline of closing down because they have to make ends meet because they putting out so much, and they're
competing with these flashy churches for real.
Right. Well, not even that, but it's just like they're actually taking their money and using it for a good purpose versus just, we want to build this extension on the hill. We want to get some ATMs in here. We want to get ourselves a gift shop, some elevators, and some flashing lights. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. I don't believe in the structure.
Well, we know that Joel Church ain't for that because he didn't even offer it the moment there was a hurricane.
I mean, I'm glad people was able to get in there and get shelter eventually, but man,
it was like he had to be forced out of it.
It'd have been better off just flooding.
The whole country for real, like.
And if you can't get what you need from something like that, you can't get what you need from police officers. Like where are you supposed to go? Who are you supposed to turn to when you need fucking help? When you need guidance? Like drugs. Where the hell are you supposed to go?
Turn the drugs out.
That's what I'm saying. People are out here. People are out here really struggling. Like this is people are really struggling, and people have to struggle to themselves because again, you go out here and you try to go to church. And, put money in the collection plate. That money is going to the damn pastor so that he can ride around in a nice car or have a nice bigger house or something like that. And it's just like...
Or pay for strippers.
Yeah. Or what the hell? You getting... some crazy shit is going down and you need help from the police. They don't want to help you because of your skin color. And that's what I'm saying. Like, as a community, where are you supposed to go?
Well, really, as a community, by definition, you're supposed to be able to turn to your community.
Exactly.
But there's no such thing as
you can't turn to your authority. You can't turn to your pastor. You can't turn to
nowadays.
I don't know my neighbors.
I don't understand.
There's no such thing as a community.
At this day and age, that's sickening. That's disgusting.
I think our generation is the last generation to grow up knowing your neighbors when you were younger.
I don't know.
Love thy neighbor.
Knowing
I did before when I was younger.
That's what I said when you were younger.
That's supposed to.
That's what I said. We're the last ones, for real. And
I feel like
nowadays we find a reason to hate our neighbors more so than actually.
And a lot of people are like, I was about to say, a lot of people are like, I don't want no neighbors. Like, I want to be on acres of land, away from people. But it's like, what the hell do you do when you fucking need help? Or, I'm like, anything could happen. Those movies where people are running, they knocking on someone's fucking random door. No one want to answer because of how it's crazy and shit. But if the world was better, you know what I'm saying? And things were better. people would be more acclimated to help you in your time of need. You'd be more, I feel like it would cut down on deaths. It would cut down on depression. It would cut down on the violence. Because people break out into violence when they don't have another solution. And when they keep trying to find solutions and they're asking and they're trying to whatever, and people are just shutting them down like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like, we all stressed. We all whatever. Like, you can't. Someone's coming to you for guidance and help, and you telling them, like, I mean, I need guidance and help too. Shit. So, I don't know. Like,
that might be the truth.
That's awful. Like, what the hell?
I think the only cure for that is for you to become that person. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It's like you gotta become that person that's gonna be there for someone else, like that good neighbor or whatever.
That's true.
Because once people see you, like, it starts with you. But you know, everybody's selfish.
Yeah. You want to get something?
Everybody's selfish.
You can't even nobody. And sometimes
true.
I feel like that's even like people will help you, but they want something in return for that, from helping you or for giving you advice. Like, and it's just like, again, so then it's just like, I still don't want to come to you because
I ain't got the money.
Yeah, I'm about to tell you whatever, and you want me to do something for you in return, or you want something for the low because you helped me do whatever, or you know, an even exchange. We have to trade out. Like, damn, I just need a little bit of help. Shit, like I don't have nothing for you. Like, I just want you, as a good Samaritan, as a good person, like, you know, just help. Like, what the fuck? Damn.
But no, it's crazy that you mentioned that when you say something about the police not helping, because I mean, granted, it happens every day, all the time. Police is always just doing something to just further create that distance of trust between you know, the community and the police officers. Like you were saying that I don't know what state it was in, but the guy that arrested the nurse.
Oh, it was in Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay, Salt Lake. Oh, Utah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Utah. I don't even know where that is on the map. Like,
it's in the west. That's all. It's on the west side.
We all about to take a shot real quick.
oh, all right.
Oh, we just gonna stop.
Oh, okay. So now you get the call for the shot
now?
because
In
it's
the middle of
Friday.
the show, take a shot.
On this special Friday recording. If this was Saturday, she'd have been like,
Spicing the show up a little bit. I be drinking on Saturdays. What you mean? This is my mood. It's supposed to be a long weekend.
it is.
Are y'all not
Shout out to
excited?
the long weekend, even though
Excited
it's
for
rain.
Day.
Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend.
Let's be lazy. No more labor.
All right, are we doing it?
Oh, ready? Oh, there you.
We say we're going to take a shot for health and wealth in this podcast prospering.
I thought we was taking a shot of this. I had to finish this.
Oh shit, I didn't take it. I had to finish this.
All right.
Random shot.
Random shot. Cups up. Touch.
Toast up with the gang.
Oh, I still got ice in my cup. I can't even throw this back. I die.
I don't like pineapple.
Tastes great to me.
Yeah.
I'm the only one smiling.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't like pineapple.
Oh, Utah. That's what we was talking about. I almost forgot. You're not allergic to pineapple, are you?
No.
Oh, all right.
Listen, I'm running.
Flavor.
I don't do. If you was about to fall out or something,
no.
listen.
You was just talking about being a good neighbor to help.
I'm on my way out. I can't. No, I'm real. Listen, like if you break a bone in front of me, or if you start fucking profusely bleeding in front of me, I'm gonna.
Hey, what if somebody just broke out in the seas?
I know how to
like,
do CPR,
So
but
are you going to do it though?
Hey, what if I just broke out into
I can coach y'all.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
seizure,
fight out.
man. I've seen
Nine-one-one?
seizure like twice. I think like 3 times in my life.
Listen,
I was
Mills,
pretty cool.
I'm gonna call 911 as I'm running.
You ever done the Hamlet?
Yo, but
No, I don't want to do it. Don't
I
ever.
remember we had to
please.
learn that, yo.
But I'm telling you now. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's not because I don't care. It's more or less because
You don't
I
wanna
freak
fuck
out. I'm gonna get anxious in a situation like that, and that's just gonna freak me out. I can't.
God forbid
listen.
one of them being in a crisis. Yeah.
You can always come to me.
I'm a hop into
Listen,
that adrenaline. I'm gonna say
Heavy is always open to anyone coming that needs advice.
No, you just
Fellas.
said. No, I'm
Just
talking about
don't be
they're
in-
dying. I'm talking about they're
a
dying.
dire
Don't be in
emergency.
don't be in need of like
medical attention.
medical attention in front of me because I'm gonna call 911 for you. But
So what you gonna do if she has a seizure right now?
I
right
will
here?
run. I'm going to run. I'm going to fucking
yeah.
take
Damn.
off. I'm going to take off running.
What you do
because
is you just move everything out her way and let her do her thing.
Yo.
That's all you gotta do. It's not that serious.
Just let a Millie rock it out, yo. Millie rocking.
Y'all gotta put me in a recovery position. I know y'all
I'm
got
gonna
y'all had first
run.
aid. God damn.
Listen, I can't. And y'all not going to tell me
fucked
that
up.
in a
My coworker
situation
got
like that.
seizures,
Y'all
yo.
not going to
Yeah.
freeze
It
up.
would. I would freeze up, but I ain't gonna run away. Like it's gonna
I'm
take me a
gonna
couple
run.
seconds to process what's going on.
I'm running.
Yeah, but first time I seen one was at Spring House. The caregiver was having. I was just like,
no.
Somebody had a seizure?
Yeah, yo, why her residents eating and shit, yo, like she's feeding her, and she just starts seizing up. I'm just I'm like 18. I'm like, what do I do, yo? Candace running, get the call 911. Yeah, I'm just watching. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, oh my god, yo.
I ain't know.
But at least he didn't run. Like,
he was gonna see it through, yo. Like,
what the fuck? That's not helping either.
Yo, on the table and shit. I'm just like, yo, wow.
Oh, did she die?
No, yo, she's on the stage. She ain't gonna die, yo.
What's wrong with you?
She was feeding the resident. Yo, she dropped this shit.
No.
This was a coworker?
Yes, yo.
No.
Oh, the coworker had the seizure.
Yeah, yo. That's why.
Oh, I thought it was one of the.
No,
Oh my god.
Cut.
Nigga, please. Nigga said, I can show the dance. I can show them. I don't know how to do it. That was a minute ago, yo.
The table like, oh, we move away.
What's wrong with this nigga?
Yo, Utah.
Yo, I'm not going to hell with none of y'all. Y'all need to stop.
Utah. Yo, oh my god. We the reason why communities can't be built.
Exactly, yo. Fucking hate.
No, y'all, not me. Don't include me.
Oh, yo.
I'm here to help my fellow neighbors.
Okay. So Utah.
So yeah, anyway. In Utah, a police officer arrested a nurse because she wouldn't give a patient's blood to him when he asked. But he didn't have no warrant, no type of documents proving that the reasons why he needed the blood. He just asked for the blood, expected her to give it to her without being questioned. But she's following HIPAA rules, which means that she ain't going to just give somebody blood. Blood is someone's property. You can't do that. Like that's their property and privacy. They have a right to remain, that remain private. But I don't know. She said no. The police officer got frustrated and locked up, basically. And yeah.
From the video, it sounded like
Oh shit. Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry.
like he had locked up. Like she told me no. So I'm just like, what's up?
How did that happen? That's
You
this fucking filter on. Yeah.
What happened, yo? Let me see.
On Snapchat. I should put what you call it, like a license plate.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. That must be
They
new.
done fucked up now. Right? I wish I could. I need my license plate to really look like this.
You don't want to do
Jay,
that.
have you on a license plate? Nigga, what? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Snapchat update.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, I mean, I just feel like that's a complete abuse of power because it's just like, yo, there are laws. Like like your job is to uphold the law, not break the law whenever you feel like it's necessary because you have a badge. And it's just like his main his main reason for this about to be all right. You might as well.
We're all about to take another one.
You want some of this, yo? Get some of this.
What the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing, little baby?
But
oh no, baby.
It's just crazy. Like I completely lost track of what I was saying after all that. But
Okay, Taylor.
might as well. Because like they cut to a clip where he was like, she's the one that told me no. I'm like, that's not breaking the law.
It's
like,
because these police officers don't know the law.
Right. So it's just like, and he was an old guy too. So it's just like, what, like, should he have known, or is it because he's old that he just feels like he should have been able to throw his weight around for being old?
He probably was training that other officer that we saw in the video.
That is true.
That was raising his hand like.
Because he was probably like, I don't think you should. Never mind.
He was just like, I don't think you should do that. Just go ahead. So
Right. I mean,
just here being trained.
Right. I'm just here so I don't get fired, basically.
That lady was screaming for her life, though. She was like, help me! Help me!
But,
Food snack.
Oh, you taking a shot now?
Wait, no, we doing it right now? Okay, I was about to say, my last one ain't even.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I just thought it was crazy. Like, the police just, like, I think that girl's gonna get her justice due because she's a white woman.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I ain't gonna say that's the only reason why,
it still doesn't make it okay, and it's still sad, and it's still awful, in my opinion, in my personal
opinion.
I don't feel like
nobody should
suffer
be
an injustice.
Right.
Whether you're white, black, Mexican, Puerto, whatever you are, you should never be able to suffer an injustice. And I don't think that just because my people suffer injustices more than other people, other races, that I find it amusing or I find it okay that other races should suffer an injustice just like us.
Yeah, I think Martin Luther King said that injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere.
A threat to justice anywhere is an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Black Lives Matter. We motherfucking matter. Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna say that shit. Black Lives Matter. Okay?
It also goes hand in hand with that other saying. It was like they came for Group A, nobody said anything, and then they came for Group B, and nobody said anything, and then they came for me, and nobody was left to speak up for me.
Right.
So it all goes hand in hand. It's just like
all fucking neighbors and brothers and people, and we all have the same type of blood running through our veins. Like we all come from the same fucking place. So it's just like I have like a special place in my heart for humanity and for humans and just like the human species. And I don't think that people in general are just like wastelands. And I feel like if something horrible is happening to someone or something, why are you laughing at me?
Sweating, yo.
I know, that's why I'm laughing. Her nose is like glossy
like
as
cheeks, yeah, yo. I was like, you put something on, yo? I didn't know.
Put moisturizer on.
all right.
Listen, because it's chilly outside. It's cold outside. We in winter already. I didn't think that shit was gonna sweat off.
Yo.
But I don't even know.
Kelly trying to let loose.
No, but for real, we all people, and we all should be treated fucking equally, and fucking fuck all the fucking dumb shit. But Black Lives Matter. Sorry, it ain't all lives matter, but Black Lives Matter.
That goes without saying. Like that makes me so irritated when people try to counter Black Lives Matter with all lives matter. Like,
and it's only because this is what's happening to us right now. This is not a movement that's happening to everybody.
It's
so
been happening,
you can't like. It's not about all. We know all lives matter. All lives matter. Duh. Like no one is, but like no one's out here slaughtering.
Yeah, they're getting their
every other race. So
matter.
Our lives, we're trying to. It's not a thing of where we're trying to say that our lives matter over other people's.
Exactly.
It's we're trying to let you know that like our lives matter too. Like we're here, our lives matter. We're not wastelands. You cannot just slaughter us and throw us away. Like that's not. Our lives matter, and we're just trying to get you to understand that our lives matter. Not that we matter over top of anybody. That's not, and I feel like that's more of like what people think that we're trying to say like our lives matter over everyone else.
And that's what
that's not what it means. That's
white supremacy.
That's not what it means. That's not what it means. That's not what we're trying to do. And white people keep trying to turn it into that because they just don't want to face the music. Like no.
I will say that as of lately, I've started to see more other people come around and see what's actually happening in the world as it's actually happening. But there's still I've even seen stuff like during like what was it? I seen a video that was around that Charlottesville thing, and it was I sometimes I just read the comments just to annoy myself, and it was one lady that was like, "This can't be real. I can't believe this is happening. People can't be this evil," and I'm just like. Yes, they can, yo. Yes. And by sitting there trying to make yourself believe that they aren't, you're contributing to the problem because the reality of the situation is there are people that's this evil. Matter of fact, this wasn't the Charlottesville. It was a white supremacist lady, and she looked like she was in like Hicktown somewhere. She was missing all her front teeth. And she was just like, she believes that there should be another genocide because that's the only way.
I saw that. Yeah,
she believes that that's the only way she had her little hick babies with her, and she was just like, this is the only way that they can stay pure and stay whatever. And I'm just like, I don't care what I call them because
she basically was saying, it should be another genocide.
Right, basically, so they can only be white people.
Opportunities that we have is taking opportunities from her babies and her kids.
And that was the comment where the lady was like, I can't believe there are people that's really, I refuse to believe that there are people this evil in the world. And I'm like, yo, believe it, lady. Like, this is what it is. Like, I don't know. I think that
she don't live it every day.
Just in general, to not give a fuck that like people are being killed, like someone's mom, someone's son, someone's daughter, someone's aunt, uncle, cousin. Like like take away any color, like take away color just in general, like the fact that like a human life is being disposed of or someone is being hurt for the color of their skin is just like that's crazy. We're in 2017.
Their pet dogs have more significance.
What the fuck? Yeah, people love animals. People go to war. People go to bat. There was during the Houston shit with the floods. People were like, damn, how could people just leave their animals? Like that's crazy. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody was coming on this bitch like, damn, how could you slaughter black niggas? Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all give a fuck about some animals?
Let me be the first to say, because I like animals. But if I'm in a dire situation where I have to save any of y'all or a relative or something versus
or
pooch, yo, you gone, yo. Like I'm sorry, like if I can save you both, I'll try.
I'm saving both.
I'll try. But if it's one of those situations where two people are hanging off of a cliff and I got a person here and pooch here, come on, yo. Like I'm gonna save you. Like pooch you got 4 legs. He might have a better chance of landing on him. Like come on now, Like no, like I do believe. I mean, in the complete purest sense, I do believe that all lives do matter. Not that quote unquote BS. Because no, that's not what I'm talking about. But even animal lives do matter. And I don't think but it's just like come on now,
humans,
like
we're all humans. So it's like
it's all life at the end of the day.
To not even give a fuck about another human when like we, you know what I'm saying, we all breathe, bleed, and eat, sleep, whatever, the same fucking way, like the same fucking way. Like it's not anything regardless of your skin tone. It's not the same fucking like it's the same way. So it's like that's weird to me that
the
like
sun is a factor.
I'm done with you. But it's just weird to me that like people just look at other people as like disposable, literally based off of what the fuck you look like. Like goddamn, like the same organs, the same everything. Like what the fuck?
They
like
get trained to
fucking
hate.
crazy.
That is a social thing, and it's crazy because I've seen I went when I was in like younger, like maybe like my elementary school days. My school was pretty mixed. It was mixed between black and white. It wasn't like predominantly any type of school, and most of the kids were cool with one another. Like I feel like all of that hatred, racism, bigotry stuff that's taught. That's a socialized aspect, and it was just like I just like it was one kid I was going to school with from 1st to 5th grade, and from 1st to 4th he was cool. 5th grade is where he learned the word nigger, and I'm just like, okay. That came from your parents. It had thinking back on it, that had to have come from your parents. Like no child is going to learn that.
Right.
Just think of it and be like, "Oh, I'm going to say this." So it's just like it's definitely a taught thing. Like people don't naturally hate each other.
No.
Especially not for something so shallow. Like if I hate somebody, it's because
in general, like where do you get that like non-care for someone else's life? Like, where does that fucking come from? Where it's just like, oh, they're black, so fuck them. They can die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or even if and it's just like things that come down to like simple characteristics as like, there's certain white people who don't get down with us because they feel like we're loud or we're obnoxious or we go places and we, tear things apart or whatever. Again, that's fine. But it's more or less of just like no, I'm saying like it's more or less of just like you just don't like loud, obnoxious people. Not that you don't like black people. You just don't like people who are obnoxious. You don't like people who are loud. You don't like people who tear things up. Like it doesn't have anything to do with someone's skin tone because white people can be obnoxious and fucking loud and tear shit up. Like it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with someone's skin tone. It's just like to project that on a race. And I feel like it's just more like we happy people. Like we have soul. We have fucking, you know what I'm saying? We have a whole lot of flavor. We got personality. We got a lot of shit going on with us. So it's hard to contain that and put that shit in a box. And
most of the people who have such negative perspectives of black people are people who have very little contact with black people. Or if they have, it was like a one-off thing and they had a bad experience. But most people who have these negative ideas, they don't have enough experience with that other demographic of people, and they formulate their ideas based upon what other people have told them, what they see on TV, or maybe their one bad experience that they might have had, and they just project that everywhere else. It's just like, I think it's lazy thinking. I think it's ignorant. I think it's just stupid. Because it's like, I have how I feel about white people. I don't hate white people at all. I just find it a little hard to trust them.
I was like black people, they do have their preconception thoughts.
Right, like, because I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, it's all white people. Because black people, we got our own preconceived notions of white people. I mean, believe it or not, like, we don't hate them unless some black families hate white people and they raise their kids up to hate, like, you know.
I feel like that's wrong too.
It's wrong, that's just as wrong.
As well as, you know, white people not liking us, I feel like it's wrong to stereotype all white people and feel like all white people are not for us and they hate us and they can't, you know, black girls get mad, because
that'll fill a child's head up with all types of,
like, why are you mad? Why are you upset? Like, again, we're all human. If you're fucking doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're a nice person and you fucking treat me right, I don't give a fuck what you look like or, you know, the color of your skin. It doesn't matter. That matters to a lot of people. Like, it really fucking matters.
But getting on that topic, aside from the Utah guy, it was a guy in Georgia. I can't remember his name at the moment. But he had pulled over a white lady for a DUI stop. And was like, and she was scared to do anything because I guess she had just been seeing all the stuff the police been doing lately with all their, you know, overstepping of their authority. And she's just like, I'm scared to do anything. I don't want to reach down and do anything. He was like, well, you're not black, are you? I'm not going to shoot you because you're not black. And I'm just like, I think he was saying it sarcastically, but it was just like, come on, yo, like, yeah, like, what are you doing right now? Like, I did see an update to say he was fired. I don't know how true it was, but I hope he was fired.
You just don't say that.
Yeah, like that's not a good
joke
way
wise
to.
Or not,
he's on a job too.
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
doesn't make sense.
They know they're being recorded. Like, you know, you have dash cams. You know, you have cameras. He's probably just like, I'm saying. He probably in the moment he's probably thinking, I'm white. I'm saying this to a white lady.
Yeah,
she's not gonna say anything to anybody, and everything is cool. Which is crazy because I don't even think anywhere in the reports did they say that he said anything. It was all just dash cam. So I mean, she didn't really have to. But it was just like, if there was no dash cam, some news channel had got it from the police precinct. But it's just like, it also kind of makes me think, like, had he not been recorded, would she have mentioned it? Would she have reported it? Would she had said anything that he had said that? It probably wouldn't have gone anywhere because then it's her word against the police officers, and they always want to take the police officers. Oh.
No, you ready? All right.
Yeah, sure.
Well, damn, we ain't even.
Well, all right. Well, we ain't even.
Like, we ain't even touch. But all right.
Church.
No, I don't want no empty cup unless you want another one.
I do. We can go around again.
See, I'm relishing in this moment because usually you'd be the one that's like.
No, I don't.
I guess it's because it's
That's why I have the wine. Usually I just have my own shit. I be sipping on my own shit.
That's wine, yo.
Wine.
That ain't wine.
Wine gets you lusty. Don't fuck around play.
I mean, this ain't the place
wine
for
gets you
that.
fucked up. No, that's what I'm just saying. I always have after moves on Saturday.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, sure.
Don't
You
call
right,
me
you
out on
right,
this
you
fucking
right, you
podcast.
right, you right.
Y'all
No, I
doing too
ain't-
much.
I ain't
Damn,
calling you out.
Pam. Goddamn.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
take this shot so we can do another round.
What do you say? Wait. You gotta do it again.
Take this shot and we're gonna do one more round. I'm recording.
His face.
Are we gonna do WCWs this week? No. This nigga
I don't
said-
got one.
Yes, we do.
My mind's the same, yo. Like,
Why?
He said
Because
mine's the
you
same.
feel like you have to do the same.
No, 'cause it's just-
Make sure I go for it. Have to be the same.
No. WC. I feel like because the episodes air on a Wednesday, we should, you know, what the fuck? Women are beautiful.
they are.
Why not respect them?
So
why not shout them out?
every woman that's a 7 and up is my WCW.
No.
I don't have one.
I don't really have one either.
Just pick somebody, man.
I picked Jill. Jill's my woman crush Wednesday.
Thank you.
Hey.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
Last week it was somebody else.
I meant to say the week before last. No, the girl, the lady. What was her name? Shout out, Lonnie.
Yeah.
Lonnie. I don't know her last name, but yeah. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You racking them up, yo.
Remove it now.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Taylor's titties.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yo.
Taylor's titties.
She was.
Yo, I hit everybody in the group chat like, did y'all see Taylor's titties? What the fuck going on? She had on this like brown tank top. I was like, oh god.
You saying like it's a website or something?
She's referring to last week's episode. So
Titties
if you
look like
did not see last week's
in the
episode,
brown shit.
go
Like
ahead
fucking
and click
glass
episode
of
20. What was that? 21.
Titties everywhere.
Go ahead and that was 22.
Jesus Christ. Jug season.
I cannot with you, yo. Episode 22. If you want to see the episode that she's referring to,
My
go click that
WCW
one.
this week is gonna be Riri though. She fine as hell. She getting thick.
Yeah.
Is she pregnant? Because I heard that she was
Don't
pregnant.
do it to her. She just
is.
out
I
here.
forgot that.
She fucking living life. She eating well. She getting good sex from somebody, but
Is
it's
she
beautiful.
still dating
She's
that
flourishing.
Prince dude?
Probably he.
Yeah, he the one. He the one.
Getting thick. She out here. I
Yeah.
seen her. Listen, I seen a
Lambs
picture of her the other day in some fucking jeans, babe. She was sitting. I don't know, but so I'm just gonna Riri. She my WCW this week. Let's pass it to Pastor Christian.
I think I'm gonna get this one. So, what is it? Kaylani Tsunami, man.
Okay. She got a girlfriend now and shit. I
Niggas be
seen her
sleeping
something.
on
Who is she?
No. She fine. She fine.
Yeah, her music is
She
good,
like
man.
tomboy
Oh, she's
fine.
an artist.
She dope
Yeah,
and
she-
cool fine.
I thought
like,
that sounded like a
No,
porn
she's
star
still
name.
underground. She made
she's
it.
not underground at all anymore.
Because she
Not
be getting
anymore.
features from like main
Yeah.
artists, yo. But
Yeah,
Kalani
she's still
Tsunami?
kinda-
yeah, Kaylani Tsunami. That's how you
She's
say her
fine.
name, right?
I
She's
never heard of
still
her.
kind of underground.
That's
you
what
know,
yo. Like, but she's known. Like, she got like over 1 million followers
I
and
was
stuff on
about
like
to say.
Twitter, Instagram.
Because
so.
she was dating the basketball player or football player?
What's his name? She was dating Iman. No, she was not Iman.
She was dating like
Kyrie. Irving.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
was
She
dating
out
him.
here. No, she out here.
What is she, a rapper or a singer?
No,
She's
she's
a
a singer.
singer.
Oh, okay.
She like a scissor type
Yeah.
joint.
I still haven't checked that out.
Give her
With
a
scissors?
million.
She's cool.
Oh,
I think people
Jalen,
like her because
of
she's attractive. But I mean,
Yes.
she can sing though.
Shout out her. She
Consistency.
She commented on our shit talking about we dope and shit. I fuck with
Wait,
her.
who? Yeah.
Jalen.
Jalen.
Oh, yeah,
Mills
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
She's
We
an
fuck with her
avid
for real.
supporter of
She's
the
very
GM
supportive.
podcast.
We fuck
Shout out
with
to
you,
Jalen.
Jalen. We fuck with you for real.
She's got her work.
Oh, alright.
We shout out Jalen for real.
Yeah.
Shout
We
out
fuck
to
with
you.
It's dope. We
J-
we love your
J-Dog,
support.
yo.
It's
That's
dope.
what we're gonna be at next week, yo.
What?
Virginia Beach. If we don't get
yeah.
hurricaned out of there, because it's supposed to be another hurricane coming to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
No?
You might not be able to make that shit.
You know, ain't no refunds.
I still have one book.
That's what I say, yo. I'm going, yo. Rain, sleet, and snow,
it's
yo.
still book,
He
yo.
said a
But
hurricane.
we'll talk, yo. We'll talk, yo.
Did
What
you go already?
hurricane? It's
Yeah,
the same
she
one, yo.
Irma? Edna?
Yo, what, yo? Irma.
Something like that. I don't know.
All right,
Is that one of
let's
my
go.
grandmother's, yo?
That's the other hurricane.
I gotta start making.
That's your Mormon crush, Wednesday?
No. I wish I would know somebody named Irma, yo. Come on, yo. Somebody great aunt. Yeah, yeah. Google life.
lay off.
I fucking hate you, yo. I swear to God, yo.
No, Irma is the name of the other hurricane.
That's what you was. I was like, what the hell is
Nah,
that?
yo.
Corduroys on the middle.
Yo, what's up?
Ah, yo, fuck it. I'm sick
No,
of her,
move
yo.
on.
Yeah, we moving on, yo. It's hella
We all supposed
internal
to be
drama
taking-
going
We all supposed to
on.
be taking another one.
Nah,
Yo, you
yo.
didn't even finish that one.
This is the one that I was waiting for y'all. Y'all finished the one that I finished already,
What
and
you
this
trying
is
to
now
do
we're
to me
going.
right now, yo?
Go ahead,
Like,
Taylor.
you know I'm always gonna be down for it, but I'm gonna be
Exactly, you're down
Yo,
for
tell me.
it.
But,
bring a homegirl to the room. Yeah, this is last minute's a bit risky, yo.
What was
All
I
right,
about
I'm
to
sorry.
say,
Just go ahead. Please
yo?
just go ahead. Please just go ahead, yo.
You said you had something with some with a list of
Black stereotypes. Oh, my phone's dead. Okay. That's good, man. I mean, we can
send
just
it?
talk about them. No.
You remember some of them?
Yeah, we were talking about them earlier. Well, black people like watermelon.
Okay.
Black people like fried chicken.
Are we going one at a time,
Black
or you
people.
going?
Oh, I mean, we're gonna take. You want to take turns?
Might as well go one at a
Yeah,
time,
one
yo.
at a time.
Okay.
You said we don't.
Go ahead.
No, this is go one at a time. We just say a black stereotype and how we feel about. Okay, so black people can't swim, right?
You do this?
Yeah.
Because nobody I know can swim, yo.
Yeah, I can't swim.
I can't. I'll still say I can't swim. Like I've done it, but I can't. I ain't
I've
gonna say I
done
can.
it.
I can't
swim.
I can
I love
glide
swimming.
through the
Can't swim for
water.
shit.
No, I can legit
go under
swim
and hold
underwater,
breath.
like
Yeah,
across,
swim
but I
like
can't.
that.
I can't tread water. I can't stay above
Yeah.
water. I don't got no breath control.
Yeah.
Like
I'm weak.
yo.
you put me underwater, I
Swimming.
can swim across the pool underwater only. I can't even swim above water level. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's the same with me.
I'm weird. But
And I don't move
I guess
that
it's true.
far.
Though.
yeah,
It's not
it's
stereotype. It's true.
more than likely true. But I will say the black people that probably can probably swim very well. It's either you really good at it or you just don't know how to do it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to do it.
And it look like they swim well because you don't really see black people swimming like that.
Right.
So you think that they swimming well.
And
they
because
could just be average as shit, you know?
And it's because it's a physical activity.
Yeah.
Based upon our sports demographic, black people are more physically inclined to do things that, you know, that require.
But we ain't in the water.
Right, but I'm saying the ones that can really do it. The ones that can't don't do it at all because we know that's just not our lane.
True.
We can run.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
We do excel at sports, so I mean, it has to be a fact.
That is true.
In every sport but hockey.
True. But they starting this black people starting to take
they
over
are
hockey too.
They are black people.
I forgot his name, but it's one.
In hockey?
Yeah. You give black people enough time.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Sometimes, yeah.
We didn't do anything. We're geniuses.
What was the next one?
Everything.
It was something like
Had a watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon is like fried chicken, typical stuff.
I mean, I can't deny fried chicken, but I'm not crazy about watermelon. Like I don't have to have watermelon.
I hate watermelon.
I hate watermelon.
That's cool, man. I ain't tripping off of it though.
It tastes like water. Like, I don't really like it.
Water.
I mean,
like,
that's probably why they put that in the name, though.
Right.
Man.
It dissolves in your mouth like water.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
what's wrong with them?
I don't really like. I don't really like watermelon like that.
I'm sorry, this isn't really a black stereotype, but okay, what wins the battle? Grits, oatmeal, or cream of wheat?
Oatmeal, cream of wheat. I didn't know you was going to cream of wheat. I thought it was just grits and oatmeal. I was about to just be like oatmeal.
Cream of wheat, nigga.
I think it's a tie.
Tell about the fuck
I think it's a tie. I like grits and cream of wheat. Like oatmeal is the least favorite out of all.
Oatmeal's for like senior citizens.
Like it's the least favorite.
I was gonna go with oatmeal until you said cream of wheat.
Yeah, oatmeal is good.
Cinnamon raisin, apple,
Yeah.
oatmeal.
Good as cool,
Man, you get the
Grits and
strawberry
cream of wheat
banana
always
one
better.
from the strawberry cream one from the Quaker
But
Oats.
how do you like to eat your grits is the question.
Shrimp and grits, yo.
I ain't never had shrimp.
Oh,
I had it from Granny's, yo. Oh,
bomb,
God.
yo.
I never had
Shrimp
shrimp
and
and
grits. That's
I usually
brunch
only eat
stuff.
grits
You ain't
with-
never go to brunch.
You're right. I never been to brunch. I usually only eat grits with
Every
breakfast
Sunday.
food, so it's eggs, bacon, grits. I never had grits with something that was
That's what I said.
dinnery.
It's brunch. That's brunch.
I'm a
brunch
fraud,
meal.
yo. I'm a fraud. I'm sorry.
I like my grits with salt, pepper, and butter.
Are you somebody that? Oh wait, is anybody here put ketchup in their eggs?
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, if it's there with my potatoes,
Oh,
I'll
no,
do it.
yeah.
I don't go out of my way to get the ketchup, though.
Oh,
Eggs. Ketchup on your eggs.
You don't know somebody.
It's a protein,
I know
though,
somebody
that's
that
why.
puts hot sauce
Eggs
on
are
their
good for you.
eggs.
Yeah, people
yo.
do that all the time.
I can believe that more than
Eggs
ketchup.
not
Because some
good.
people put hot sauce on
Nasty.
literally
Eggs are not
everything.
good for you.
Nah.
Huh? Yeah, they're not.
Oh, I
they're
know
not,
somebody
they're
that puts mayonnaise on
People
eggs.
think they are, but they're not.
No, they're really not.
Yeah,
Eggs
because
Mayonnaise?
that's
Yeah.
nasty.
They white.
But
I know
That's
somebody that puts
disgusting.
mayonnaise. No, they black. They old though.
Oh, okay.
Like-
They probably borderline
It's
losing it.
like
y'all be putting salt on fruit and shit. Like,
Nah,
I
yeah.
don't
Oh,
like-
cantaloupe.
fruit.
Salt on cantaloupe.
I don't like
watermelon.
cantaloupe.
I don't like salt on
It tastes
fruit.
like water.
What?
I don't
No,
like
cantaloupe is good. It is
Over
good.
watermelon,
Like
cantaloupe is
cantaloupe.
good as shit.
It doesn't have the strongest
I don't
taste.
eat any
but
other
it is
melon. That's the
good.
only melon I eat.
I mean,
Cantaloupe
I eat all
is good
fruit.
as hell. Cantaloupe.
I need to
is
get
good
back
as
into
shit.
eating fruit, but
You eat fruit?
I mean, I do, but it's just like I need to get. I don't like. I really don't like.
From a
You're
fresh.
offended.
No. I like
Fresh.
cantaloupe. I don't like honeydew.
Ugh.
Oh no! Every
That's
day,
the one.
yo.
I always get it mixed up.
I don't eat any
Honey-
melon. I don't eat
Every
any.
day, yo.
I don't eat any
Because
melon
honeydew is the
except
yellow
for
one, right?
cantaloupe.
And cantaloupe is the green one.
No, cantaloupe's
No,
orange.
No, oh.
Yeah, cantaloupe is
Orange.
orange. Yeah,
Green.
cantaloupe is orange.
The outside is white, and there's like a green.
The meat of it is orange
The
though.
orange, yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
actual
the one I
fruit's
don't like.
orange. Cantaloupe's orange is good as shit.
That's
Cantaloupe
the
is
one
good
I
as
don't
hell.
like.
You eat a fruit salad.
Honey-
Honeydew is
melon
the
is
green.
It's the green
Yeah.
one, right?
Honeydew
Yeah.
is the green.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't like my
Watermelon's
fruits
the
like
pink.
that.
I don't like nothing except for cantaloupe. Cantaloupe's good as hell. I love cantaloupe. From a fresh farmer's market.
I need to start eating
Every
healthy,
day, yo, for my
I be hella
snack time,
tired.
yo, I always have
Every
Greek
day.
yogurt and fruit, yo,
Y'all
fruit,
can
but
tell me
every
shit.
day, yo, Monday through Friday. They be like 10 for $10, yo. So I'll be grabbing that.
I need to do better, yo.
Yes, man.
Let's talk about a typical day on a black person's diet. So, no, we can talk about that. I keep thinking my phone.
Chicken.
What's the next one, yo?
This is a bunch of stuff, yo. This is children out of wedlock, fear of commitment, negligent parenting.
I don't think. Okay, speaking for myself personally, I don't think that there's a fear of commitment. You talking like terms of relationships?
That's what the thing was saying. Fear of commitment, a black relationship, with marriages, all that. Yo, relationship is just a fear.
Because we're fucking retarded. Like,
what is?
You agree with it? Yeah.
God damn it, we're retarded.
That's why we always shouting out black love when you see somebody loving somebody. You be like,
we have so much.
You be so happy for other people, like, but that ain't gonna be me.
I feel like we have so much shit that comes along, and so much baggage, and so much shit that comes along with a black person. So much shit that sometimes like
we hurt.
Yeah, that's what it is. We just hurt.
We're a hurt race.
And to try to put that shit together with another hurt person, like the whole relationship gonna be fucked because
I just feel like
hurt.
People who are like, I feel like people can't fully commit to being into a relationship until they feel like they've accomplished all their personal single goals.
I feel like until
as far as black people,
no, I'm just talking about in general.
Oh,
in general,
I feel like until you,
because me personally, like, I mean, once, like, I feel like, you know, you reach like a point where it's just like, all right, I did everything, like, I don't care anymore. So it's just like, not that I don't care, but it's just like, as a single person, like, I've seen enough. You know what I mean?
It's not there until the temptation in your mind goes away.
I don't think it ever.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but the temptation derives from being single.
You can go somewhere and have temptation and fight the temptation and just leave it alone and walk away from it.
I think that's mature.
That's the only. That's the time that you should be in a relationship.
But I feel like the temptation derives from something that you feel like you didn't accomplish, or something that something that you want, that you're missing, that you want to get. Right. So I feel like
your partner is like, but it's always like you're never gonna find someone who has every single thing that you want.
I've learned that.
So you have to be like if you're legitimately looking for a relationship, you have to know that there's always gonna be that like.
I don't think you should ever legitimately look for a relationship
or whatever. Like, yes, you can.
I don't feel like you should. I don't feel like you should.
Not look, but like in your time, when you could be in a moment of where it's like, okay, like, I've gotten myself together. This is where I'm at in my life, and I'm ready for a relationship. I'm ready to settle down, and I'm ready to start finding someone who's on the same level as me. Yes, you can. You can look for. I'm not saying look. I'm not saying like go outside and be like every day like
there is a difference between being ready for something
like
and looking for something.
I'm saying being ready for it. I'm saying, and it's just like I don't think that's not like most black people are.
Nah.
Niggas look every day too. The fuck is you talking about?
Nah. Your niggas look every day.
Why are we always doing that?
I don't think females look
every episode.
We talk every day, yo. Why would I not?
There's some women out here that ain't really looking. Like, that's really not looking.
But I feel like you have to really like know within yourself that like, you know, you're not trying to be out here on no hoe shit. Like,
some people don't.
That's true. Like, but I feel like that derives from feeling fulfilled as a single
everybody
individual.
Knows it's more of a fear of like niggas just don't want to be alone. Like, people just don't want to be fucking alone. But niggas know in their heart of hearts, like, yo, I'm ready to take this step. This is the female for me. And niggas know the difference between that and the difference between, I don't know, like, I'm fucking with shorty, she cool.
Niggas be infatuated.
You know what I'm saying? The sex is good, everything's cool. The personality, everything, it's lust. It's a hella lust.
That's all it is, yo.
But, you know what I'm saying? If I go out here and it's another female who has something that my female doesn't have, or it's another nigga that has something that my nigga doesn't have, you know what I'm saying? What's stopping you from that? And that's the ultimate test. When you go somewhere and you are in a space and surrounded by people or surrounded by bitches or niggas who have something that your partner at the time doesn't have. It's the willpower to be like, you know what I'm saying? You may not have what so-and-so has, but I love her or I love him. And you know what I'm saying? We have something good and I'm not out here I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, it gets to the point where you're just like, yo, this decision is not worth
the
person
fucking it up.
But I also I'm going to stick to this because I feel like that also harpers back onto the fact that there is something that I didn't do when I was single. Because otherwise, if I felt like I'm good, and I found somebody that kind of, you know, that meets the things that I need in a person.
Get it out of your system. Like,
I'm a firm believer that everybody has to go through that phase.
Please, go through your prime. We all have a prime. Like, go through and it's like, be honest while you're in your prime. Like, I'm in my prime right now, and it's like, I would never try to tell no nigga, like, oh, I'm in love with you. Oh, like, this is that. Like, go through your prime. Enjoy your fucking 20s. Like, fuck bitches, fuck niggas. Like, do your thing. Like, have threesomes, have foursomes. Like, you know, fuck strippers. Like, you do your fucking thing. Do your thing. Get it all out of your system.
Hold up, yo.
Do you think that...
You should have been here when we had the guests here, yo. I had to tell that story about myself.
I tried to tell I'm like, you talking about Christian. I'm like, you talking about Christian? He like, no, don't worry about it.
I wasn't saying talk about nobody.
I'm like, yo, you talking about? I'm like, I'm like, Christian was involved in this shit.
We had the guests here, yo. I had to try to tell the story, yo.
Wait, how did you even get to that, yo?
The DJ from their podcast had asked, like, what's your I think he said, like, your top sexual experiences and so I was trying to tell the story.
He was talking about his threesome and shit,
but I couldn't. I know you better at narrating stories than I am, yo. So I went on like a 10-minute rant trying to tell the story, yo. And by the end of it, it was just like,
okay, Christian, come finish out.
I tagged hella early, yo.
I ain't gonna do none of that. I was just like, yo, I just couldn't tell the story, yo. I was just like, yo,
I wasn't mentally ready, yo, psychologically.
I wasn't good, yo.
I wasn't there for support, yo. I was the water boy.
Are we getting back into that? Are we doing that right now? Are we doing it?
What, experiences?
Everything though.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, I thought
we taking them.
Oh, dang, y'all say,
Oh, we are? Oh. Okay.
I was about to ask, you think that you only have your prime time once in your lifetime?
I think so.
Or do you think it's multiple times in your lifetime?
I think it's once if you live it out, how you're supposed to live it out. I think it's multiple times if you ignore it, if you try to like settle down too quick and do shit too quick and pretend like you ready for shit that you're not ready for. If you live that shit out, it comes down.
I'm thinking about them older women. Like, don't you know them older women? They be like,
they had kids. Listen, they had kids early. They got with somebody early. They was in a relationship early. They was doing hella shit early, and that's my biggest fear. Yeah, you missed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. That's what I'm saying. Everybody out here now having babies, getting married, doing all this shit in your fucking 20s. Like, what are you really?
They gonna have their prime in their 40s.
I got into a debate about that.
What are you really supposed to be? What are you really supposed to be doing in your 20s? And I'm not saying that everybody is the same, because sometimes you do, like, it's a crazy thing, and you come across the love of your life at a young age, and y'all can really just make that shit work. But that's not. Like, again, like right now, society is like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? We 22, we about to have a kid, we about to move in, we about to do all this. Like, why are you doing that right now?
And then by like 28, you like, what did I do?
Listen, by fucking 30, you got 3 kids. This nigga fucking cheating on you. You got a fucking house. You got a motherfucking mortgage. You got all this shit that you done spent, and you just sitting here like, fuck this nigga. Fuck these children. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this shit. I want to go out. I want to live my life. I want to have a good time. And it's like, have a good time before you settle down and do the dumb shit. And you don't always have to be. People are so worried about having somebody. You don't have to fucking have nobody. Have your fucking self. Like, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Like, have a good time with your friends. Go, be a good friend. Like, go out here and fucking go out on the weekends. Do your fucking thing. Stack your money. Like, get yourself together before you go out here and be like, oh, I just want to be in a relationship because I'm bored. Because I don't want to sit in the house on a Friday night. I don't want to sit in the house on a Saturday night.
And that annoys me, especially with social media. Like, stop asking the same friends that you've had on Facebook for the last 7 years, telling them that you need a bae. Like, nobody cares at this point. Like, yo, like, we all been on the same friends list for 7 years. Ain't nobody new about to pop up and be like, oh, I'll be bae. And you be like, well, I ain't seen you before. You can be. Like, no, yo, like, you've seen this person before.
Niggas comment and they get ignored.
Yes, yo. Like, that annoys me, yo. Like, I hate when people ask Facebook or the internet for a bae. Like, yo, that's so corny to me, yo. Like, somebody got mad at me because I kept laughing at their status when they, you know, little Facebook, little haha joint. And I would just laugh. They got mad, like, why do you find my statuses so funny?
All the time. I laugh at her shit all the time.
I'm like, yo, like, why are you? I'm like, yo, because you keep. I'm just like, yo, you keep asking Facebook to give you happiness, and it's just like, yo, nobody on your friends list is going to do this because if they were, they would have done it already.
That's just going to happen when it's supposed to fucking happen. You don't have to go out here. You don't have to look for nothing. You know, niggas ain't shit. But you don't gotta be constantly looking for somebody to to fill the void.
Right.
You don't have to be constantly looking for someone to fill the void. Like, go out, have a good time, and like, there's good niggas out here. So the right nigga that's supposed to be for you is gonna fall the fucking your lap. Like, you don't have to do all the pressing. You don't gotta be no one's fucking mom. You don't gotta do the extra shit. Like, nigga that really wants to do for you and really wants to be there for you and really be a good nigga for you is going to do that shit.
Here's my request for people, I guess women specifically, or even dudes too. That
we young.
No, not even that. That like
we
to
having a good time.
You say like
we
request for a good guy or a good girl. Here's my request, Joe. Before you start asking for your quote unquote good dude or your quote unquote good girl, evaluate yourself.
Yes,
like if you know you're not, and this is, I got into this debate earlier this week. Somebody had posted a status and was like, chicks be out here having like 2 or 3 kids and something, and I'm just like, and I had said, and somebody had commented and was like, well, what's the problem with that? And I'm like, well, the fact that you got 2 or 3 kids and you're single, screaming out, I know my worth. You might want to reappraise yourself, because it's like, you're single, you got 2 or 3 kids, so it's like, what really is it? What? And I'm not trying to put down single parents. I'm really not trying to put down single parents, because I mean, it's life. But you're single with multiple children.
Make better decisions.
Any person with their head on straight, especially if they don't have children of their own, don't want nothing to do with that. Like, let's just be real. Like, if I personally, I mean, I'm good now, but I personally would never deal with a chick that has children, like on some serious. Because it's like,
listen, kids in marriage are not a fade. They're not a fad. No, I'm sorry, not a fade. A fad. They're not a fad. That's not something that you like. People nowadays,
and they want people to get over the fact that they have.
No, people nowadays are more of like, I'm gonna have kids. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna do this because it's a fad. It's like, oh, I want all the congratulations. I want people to think that I'm on this higher level. I'm fucking learning, and me and this nigga is here, and we doing this and we doing that. Like, no, it's not a fucking fad. It's like, to be in a serious relationship with someone and to keep that shit, to make that shit last, you really have to love your fucking self. If you don't love yourself, if you don't know who you are, if you have issues, if you have fucking problems, you have no business being out here, getting into a relationship and having fucking children. Like, wait, pump your fucking brakes, have sex by any means. Like, be out here, do your fucking thing. Like, have sex with whoever you want to have sex with, but strap the fuck up. Like, do that shit the smart fucking way, and don't think that, just because you do that shit and it's a problem that people are gonna stick around just because you decide that, like, oh, we had sex and now we about to have a kid. Well, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be here. Like, we're all young. We're all in our prime. Like, nobody should be held accountable for actions. I feel like in our fucking, we're young. Like, what the fuck? We're supposed to be out here fucking up, doing dumb shit, like fucking hoes, fucking. I'm serious. That's what this is for. But our generation has made it to be like, you're supposed to be like 22 and like married,
have everything already
with kids,
together, like,
and everything all together. Yeah. Like, this is our years to fuck shit up and be like.
Our generation do that though, because our generation don't really.
It's like half and half. I've seen both ways.
It's some people, but it's like, I feel like your parents' generation was the one that really pressured them, pressured you to be married by like 25.
Yeah,
but now it's not even pressure. It's more of like, I just want to be in the group of everyone else that and make it seem like I'm in a healthy relationship and this is great and we've moved in together and we have a kid and we're like, no, live your life.
I just wanted to ask this question because I was kind of still on my rant. I just want to make sure I'm not the only one that's crazy, because none of us have children here. So would you take somebody seriously that didn't have that had children?
I don't talk to nobody. I don't date nobody that has kids.
I never dealt with that. So.
I mean, I know you already.
Yeah, like one of my exes, he had a daughter or whatever.
Is that why it didn't work out?
Nah, that's not the reason why I work. He was just fucking cheating ass nigga. But like, that's why that ain't work out. I'm just like, it gets extra complicated with kids.
It's too much.
And as somebody who does not have children, you have the ultimate responsibility to yourself to say, I don't have to deal with that because I don't have no kids. Like if like people with kids can understand dating somebody with kids, it's like, all right, I know what you mean. I'm going
right.
But like you and the thing that I usually see, and I've even seen people, single parents, say, oh, I'm only going to deal with somebody that don't have kids. So it's like, are you serious? Like that makes you the ultimate hypocrite because it's like you already have a kid. How can you say I'm not going to deal with somebody? I mean, granted, you have the right to your own preferences, but anybody with their head on straight would, to be like, no, I'm not. Why would I?
It just gets complicated. That's why. You got to deal with the baby mother or
you got to deal with
all
all of that.
I only dealt with like one girl who had kids, but her daughter was never around. She would only invite me over when her daughter wasn't there, which made sense. So, I mean.
Right, but I mean, was that like a serious?
No, it wasn't serious.
So, granted, in my previous days, I've hit plenty of single mothers. I just never took one serious because it's just like, yo, I can't. Because
it's like, why the fuck are you out here doing this shit with people who are just like not gonna be permanent in your life? And again, regardless of if I legit just feel like you know that shit. You know when someone's gonna be permanent.
Nowadays, that's almost a requirement just to make sure that
and when someone is just, you know what I'm saying? Someone is just a fuck. Someone is just a good time. Someone is just whatever. You know that shit in your heart of hearts. And like,
just be real with the person that you're
dealing with. People legit
with.
are just taking that shit for granted, just going out here having fucking random sex, and then tomorrow or 6 weeks from now, I missed my period. So you know what I'm saying? I just met this nigga at the club, and I missed my period, and this is where we're at. Why do you think that shit's gonna last? Like, that shit's not gonna fucking last. You don't build a family off of some random fucking drunken night. That goes back to what we were
saying the other week. Like, you know the type of person, you know what situation you're getting into, you know what type of person you're dealing with.
And that's not, like, to bring kids into the world off of just a fucking random, like, whim and just off of, like, a drunken experience. And you just think that shit is just supposed to fucking work. Like, or off of like you being jealous and you want that nigga to stay with you or you want that bitch to stay with you and you like, okay, well, we about to have this kid so that we can just stay together. Like, that's not why you have fucking kids. Like, you don't have kids out of spite, out of lust. Like, you have kids because you're in a relationship and because you fucking love the person that you're with and because
not even
you
that,
don't want to build and start a family.
You want to create
a legacy,
a literal person that will conjoin your two families together.
And who you are, like, it's just weird. People's values and people's whatever is weird to me.
No, that was too much.
I mean, yeah, you do, but like, it don't work that way. It's not.
It doesn't work that way. But I'm just saying, I just feel like it's
all right.
weird.
So getting back to your list, Joe, you said wedlock. Was that what we was?
Yeah.
We got so far into everything else.
You talked about a couple of things.
All right.
Well, wedlock, yeah.
That's all.
I mean, I'm not a child born out of wedlock.
This closing shot.
I am.
I'm not the statistic.
70% of black families have children out of wedlock.
I'm a bastard.
Damn,
I can believe it.
I wish my parents would have been together.
I can believe it.
My people's still married. My people's
closing.
black
Nobody's
love.
married. Yeah, that's what's up, yo. Yeah, nobody be married. That's the reason why.
I was the only one.
They have black love.
Black love is beautiful.
And it is. And I think it's celebrated as such. Like, I don't think black love is over celebrated at all. I think black love.
Shout out to Will and Jada, yo.
Yes.
I don't have too many role models.
My grandparents.
I'm sitting here thinking about it, like, who hold up?
Like 50-some fucking years.
Another celebrity.
Years with the same person.
Like, how many marriages have you seen that actually lasted until death do you part, yo? Like, most people, they either don't get married or they divorce. So it's just like, it's hard. It's rare when you find a long-standing marriage that actually lasts for decades until somebody dies.
When you do that, when it's genuine, you just know and you feel it. You're like, damn, like they really love each other. Like, that shit is
he died. I'm never getting divorced. I'm never getting divorced.
No,
that's what I said. If you want to kneel down and propose to me and we do this,
people don't take that shit serious.
And you gonna do this?
Getting married is almost like just going together.
You gotta understand
that shit is a fucking fad.
It's like when you go to prom with me.
No, but for me it's not.
No, it's not.
But I'm gonna get that prenup though.
No, ain't no prenup, no nothing. Like,
I agree with prenup.
I believe in prenup circumstantially.
That's the drag talk right there. You hear that? That's the drag
circumstantially, I believe in prenup.
I'm about to make millions, so I
if it's two people that's, kind of on the same level of life and, they building something in their marriage, then no, you don't need no prenup. But if it's somebody that's marrying somebody that they know
It has
don't.
a lot of fucking money.
You know what I mean? Got a lot to lose.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Don't let these bitches tell that shit to you. What the fuck is going on? They just want that money, and they
Thanks
want
for
to
the
know
legal
that they're
advice.
secure.
Thank you for the legal
They want to know that they're secure.
That's the truth, though, yo.
They're trying to secure the bag for the shit. They about to have a kid with you, so that they can secure the bag, get the child support, get the extra money. Like, don't let these bitches fool you now.
You know, Moneybag, yo. You know, he's 25, like 7 kids. I'm just talking about prenups.
Is that why he started rapping?
Federal.
He's our age of 7.
He clearly has a family.
Like,
He's only 25? Y'all thought he was like pushing 40, yo.
Yo, he's like 25, yo.
Moneybag.
Yo.
I thought he was pushing 40,
I could have
yo.
sworn because I watched the interview, yo, and he said he was like 25, 26, and he
Was
was like
this
7
recently?
kids. Yeah, yo, he's 7 kids.
I thought he was pushing
Damn.
40.
He started like 18, and he started in high school, yo. He had a kid like every year.
Yeah,
yo.
you had a kid every year.
That's crazy.
Shawty Low had like what, 6 or 7?
Shawty-
Yeah,
my
Shawty
God,
Low
let's
had
not talk
hella
about
kids.
him.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah.
Fucking
He had hella
yeah.
kids. I don't know how
Let's
many
get
kids.
this. Let's get this shot out of the
Fucking
way,
extended
yo.
episode. This special.
Another extended episode,
2
yo.
hours.
Fucking.
This has been the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Freeminds. To my left, I have
Taylor, aka Doc. To my left, I have.
Heavy J, heavy.
Hot Topic Heavy.
Oh my.
Yeah, the pastor, the grandmaster.
If you enjoyed this episode,
Friday.
make sure you go ahead
Oh
and
wait, tell them about the drops.
Friday.
Tell them about the drop. We having
Oh.
newly coming drops.
oh yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. Y'all gonna
Instagram.
see all of that with us,
Video.
you know, doing the thing, and then I'm gonna do the outtake thing. What's
Doing
all
the
that?
thing.
Doing the thing with the thing, yo. Like they already know what it is. They already know
He
that.
said,
Y'all
y'all don't have
y'all gonna see the thing with all the things, and then y'all gonna know what it is when you see it.
I got a thing for bitches.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like,
heavy.
comment, subscribe, share this with your friends.
sure you
Matter of fact,
comment.
make sure you come, because we want to make sure we actually addressing some of the feedback that we get from some of our viewers. I want you to make sure you comment on the video, either on the social media page or on the actual YouTube episode. Make sure you comment, share, like, subscribe,
Please.
all of that. Until next time,
This has been
this has been the Busy Doing Nothing podcast,
Church.
where Jill actually decided to drink today.
Wow.
Like,
Wow. I'm gonna ask you. Can we talk about Mills' fucking Snapchats?
wait, what happened, yo? Oh, we can save it.
I saw your body team.
Dying.
We can save it. Wait, save it. Wait, yo. We might need it later.
Well, I be crying.
Yo, I should just make one just so I can see him, yo.
Mills is the funniest snapper
I saw
out
his
there. Yo,
mama
every
about
time
the
he
tea.
snaps,
Why you
I'm like,
going
oh
there,
shit, what is
yo?
this nigga on here? Yo, Mills is funny as shit. Mills is like an old man on Snapchat. Mills is like your dad on Snapchat. You like, what the fuck is going on, Dad? Why are you on here doing this?
Chill, yo. We
You went
got
on like,
something
you
for
went on like
later,
a
yo.
4-day rant about the fuck.
I was so mad. He said he going on rant. Yo, I was so mad, yo. He's trying to express his views.
Yo, I be fucking dying at Mills.